Gentlemen, today we're delving into a topic that could revolutionize your understanding of women, relationships, and attraction. We're exploring 15 surprising psychological facts about women that you've likely never considered. These aren't just random tidbits, they're raw, honest insights that could transform how you approach relationships and personal growth. As the Stoics teach, true power lies in mastering yourself, controlling your emotions, and accepting reality as it is. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Dubi, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So if you're ready to elevate your understanding and deepen your connections with women, stay tuned. This could be the edge you've been missing. Let's dive in. 1. Mental stimulation is key. Attraction goes beyond physical appearance. It's rooted in intellectual and emotional connection. While looks may catch attention, it's your mind that sustains it. Women crave meaningful connections, and true intimacy grows through intellectual engagement, emotional depth, and mutual respect. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This underscores the importance of self-mastery. Attraction isn't about manipulation or impressing others, it's about being authentic, confident, and emotionally disciplined. When you master your thoughts and emotions, you naturally draw others toward you. Deep conversations, intellectual curiosity, and emotional resilience create a strong foundation for attraction. Women value men who challenge their thinking, inspire growth, and offer stability. Superficial charm fades, but a well-cultivated mind and genuine confidence are magnetic. By embracing Stoic principles, you shift from seeking external validation to developing self-worth. True attraction stems from self-improvement, self-reflection, and emotional control. This inner strength makes you more appealing, as people are drawn to authenticity and depth. In relationships, physical attraction may spark interest, but emotional and intellectual connection sustains it. When you engage her mind, you become more than just another face. You become a source of inspiration and trust. Women crave meaningful engagement, not just material gestures. Master yourself, and attraction will follow naturally. As Stoicism teaches, true power lies not in controlling others, but in controlling yourself. Focus on intellectual and emotional growth, and you'll not only attract meaningful relationships, but also build a fulfilling life. The power of presence. In intimacy, true intimacy isn't about grand gestures, it's about attention to detail and being fully present. Women appreciate small, intentional actions that show care, thoughtfulness, and emotional depth. One way to enhance this connection is through sensory elements like creams or oils during foreplay, which heighten sensations and create anticipation. It's not about rushing, it's about savoring the experience and making her feel cherished and desired. Stoicism teaches that self-mastery is the key to deeper connections. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This applies to intimacy as well. If you're distracted or unfocused, she will notice. True connection comes from being fully engaged, mind, body, and emotions. When you master your thoughts and emotions, you bring a level of presence and intentionality that deepens intimacy beyond the physical. Foreplay is more than just a prelude, it's an essential part of connection. It builds anticipation, engages her senses, and sets the stage for a shared experience that resonates beyond the moment. High-value men understand that intimacy is about patience, emotional depth, and creating a bond built on trust and respect. The use of sensory elements isn't just about pleasure, it's about making her feel valued and deeply connected. In the end, intimacy is about mastery of self, emotions, and connection. By being patient, intentional, and fully present, you cultivate a relationship built on trust, respect, and deep attraction. Remember, the strongest connections aren't created through fleeting passion, but through meaningful, mindful presence. The subtle power of scent attraction isn't just about looks or charm. It's often the subtle, unnoticed factors that have the greatest impact. One of the most underrated yet powerful elements is scent. Studies show that if a woman loves the way you smell, your chances of her falling for you increase dramatically. Scent taps into primal instincts, evoking emotions, triggering memories, and creating a subconscious connection. Think about it. How often do you remember someone just by the way they smelled? A certain scent can remind us of warmth, safety, or past experiences. It's an unspoken language of attraction, bypassing words and appearances to go straight to the emotions. From a Stoic perspective, Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This wisdom applies here. Rather than overthinking attraction, focus on what's within your control, like your scent. The fragrance you wear is more than just a pleasant smell. It's a statement. It signals confidence, self-care, and attention to detail, qualities that naturally draw others in. Ever notice how people with a great scent seem to have a magnetic energy? It's not just about the fragrance itself, but the aura it creates. It's subtle, yet powerful, an invisible force that makes you more memorable and desirable. So if you want to elevate your presence, don't just focus on how you look or what you say. Master the small things, your hygiene, the way you carry yourself, and yes, your scent. Sometimes the tiniest details create the biggest impact. 4. Reassurance. Over appearance, many individuals, particularly women, worry about how they look during intimate moments. This concern often lingers in the back of their minds, even if they appear confident. The fear of judgment or not meeting certain standards can consume them. This is where you come in. A simple, genuine reassurance, grounded in confidence, can shift their mindset entirely. The Stoic approach teaches us to focus on what's within our control. While you can't control how someone feels about their appearance, you can control how you react to it. By offering steady assurance and staying calm, you're not just calming their nerves, you're taking control of the situation. Leading with confidence shows that you're secure enough not to be swayed by external or superficial concerns. In a world obsessed with perfection, your ability to remain centered and grounded will set you apart. Stoic happiness comes from within, and practicing Stoicism means focusing on what you can influence, your actions, reactions, and emotional balance. True attraction isn't just about physical beauty, it's about mental and emotional security. Stoicism teaches that peace of mind and a strong sense of self-worth are the foundations for meaningful connections. This kind of security is what makes you truly desirable. When you practice Stoicism, you understand that external circumstances can't shake you. This mindset leads to true contentment. By staying calm in the face of pressure, you foster a deeper connection that transcends the fleeting nature of physical appearance. Your ability to remain composed and confident in any situation, especially one as delicate as this, is a direct reflection of your emotional maturity and understanding of what truly matters in relationships. The reality of dating dynamics. Let's be real. 38% of women admit they've gone on dates just for the free meal. That might sting, but before frustration takes over, take a Stoic approach. You can't control others, only your response. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Instead of worrying about whether she's truly interested or just enjoying the steak, focus on what you can control, your mindset and actions. If you expect too much from a date and it doesn't go your way, disappointment follows. But if you see it as an experience, nothing more, you stay grounded. Some dates lead to deep connections, others don't. That's life. What matters is how you handle it. If a woman is only there for the meal, that's her choice. It doesn't reflect on your worth. The key is detachment from the outcome. Don't expect every date to lead somewhere. The Stoic approach to dating is simple. Stay present, enjoy the moment, and never let external factors dictate your emotions. If things work out, great. If not, move on with grace. By mastering your emotions, you'll find dating less frustrating and more fulfilling. In the end, confidence and self-control are far more attractive than chasing validation. 6. The role of biology in desire. Here's something most men overlook. During ovulation, women experience a natural surge in attraction and arousal. It's biology, not personal validation. This hormonal shift makes them more drawn to closeness, intimacy, and even certain types of men. But here's the key. It's not about you doing something right. It's simply nature at play. So how does this connect with Stoicism? A Stoic doesn't get caught up in external forces they can't control. Instead, they observe, understand, and remain grounded. If a woman is more receptive during this time, it's not something to obsess over or chase, it's something to acknowledge. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, emotions, and mindset, you maintain your composure and authenticity. This approach not only makes you more attractive, but also aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature. Understanding these biological nuances can help you navigate relationships with greater wisdom and emotional balance. These insights, grounded in Stoic philosophy, offer a fresh perspective on understanding women and building deeper, more meaningful connections. By focusing on self-mastery, emotional control, and authenticity, you can elevate your relationships and personal growth. Remember, true power lies in mastering yourself. Gentlemen, let's dive into a topic that can transform how you approach relationships, attraction, and personal growth. By embracing Stoic principles, you can master your emotions, deepen your connections, and become the kind of man who naturally attracts meaningful relationships. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This applies to attraction as well. You don't need to react impulsively or overvalue temporary moments. Instead, focus on self-discipline, emotional control, and clarity. When you recognize life's natural cycles without being controlled by them, you gain an unshakable presence. You no longer chase attraction or seek validation. You let things unfold naturally while staying in control of yourself. This mindset makes you more confident, composed, and ultimately more attractive. True power isn't in manipulating external factors, it's in mastering yourself and aligning with life's natural rhythms. So the next time you sense a shift in attraction, stay steady, stay calm, and focus on what truly matters, your self-mastery. 7. The desirable man. Effect. Most men don't realize this. Your value in a woman's eyes increases when other women find you desirable. It's not just about looks or words, it's called social proof. The moment a woman sees others interested in you, her curiosity spikes. She wonders, what am I missing out on? This is instinctual, rooted in human nature. Think of it like an exclusive product. When demand rises, so does its perceived value. The same applies to attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are seen as high value by others. But here's the key. This isn't manipulation. It's a biological fact. Attraction is influenced by how you're perceived in your social environment. Now, how does this connect to Stoicism? A Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He understands that his worth is not defined by others, but by his own virtues, emotional control, and purpose. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you live with clarity and self-respect, confidence radiates naturally. Instead of seeking approval, own your path Let social proof work in your favor, but never let it define you. The right people will be drawn to your inner strength, not just your external status. Ask yourself, am I doing this for my own growth or just to impress others? True attraction starts when you embrace your power and live with purpose. That's the Stoic way. 8. Position. Preferences vary. Intimacy is more than physical connection. It's a reflection of trust, vulnerability, and emotional depth. Women often express their preferences in intimate moments, not just for physical comfort, but to create a deeper emotional bond. This unspoken communication reveals what they truly seek: connection beyond the surface. So, how does Stoicism fit into this? Mastering your reactions and staying present is key. Stoicism teaches that while we can't control external factors like a partner's emotions or desires, we can control our response. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time on what you don't control. Instead, focus on being present, engaged, and emotionally aware." In these moments, true connection flourishes when you're fully present, not distracted or overthinking, but attuned to your partner's emotions. Think about the times you've been truly engaged with someone. How did it deepen the bond? Presence fosters trust, respect, and an environment where intimacy naturally thrives. The Stoic approach to relationships isn't about control or manipulation, it's about self-mastery. It's about understanding emotions without being ruled by them. When you embrace a partner's needs with clarity and acceptance, you strengthen the connection rather than complicate it. Epictetus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In intimacy, this means responding with patience, understanding, and emotional stability. By practicing Stoic principles, you create deeper, more fulfilling relationships based on trust and genuine presence. So, next time you're with a partner, stay in the moment, listen, adapt, be present. This is the path to true connection. 9. Attention and empathy. Heal. When a woman is upset, one of the most powerful things you can do is simply listen. It sounds simple, but being fully present without jumping in to solve the problem can create a deep emotional bond. We often think we need to fix things, but more often what someone truly needs is to feel heard and understood. Think about it. How many times have you felt better just because someone truly listened to you? No judgment, no advice, just presence. In relationships, whether romantic or not, this builds trust, safety, and emotional connection. Women in particular feel more valued when they sense that their emotions are acknowledged rather than dismissed. Now let's bring in Stoicism. A Stoic understands that true power lies in mastering his own reactions, not in controlling others. Epictetus reminds us we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. This wisdom applies directly to relationships. Instead of rushing to fix a situation, the best thing you can do is remain calm, composed, and present. Imagine a couple facing daily stresses. One partner comes home frustrated and overwhelmed. Instead of offering immediate solutions, the other simply listens, asks questions like, "How are you feeling?" and lets them express their emotions freely. This small but powerful act of patience and empathy strengthens the relationship far more than any quick fix could. This is where true strength lies, not in reacting, but in responding with understanding and presence. A high-value man doesn't seek validation or control. He creates a space of emotional safety where others feel heard and respected. It takes true emotional intelligence to sit with someone's pain without feeling the need to change it. In the end, the most meaningful relationships are built on patience, support, and understanding. Master your emotions, offer your presence, and watch how deeply your connections grow. That's the Stoic way. 10. Secret thoughts of affairs. Have you ever wondered what goes through someone's mind when they feel emotionally neglected? For many women, emotional neglect can lead to thoughts of seeking connection elsewhere. Studies show that 68% of women admit to thinking about affairs, often as a result of feeling unseen or undervalued. This isn't about disloyalty, it's about emotional fulfillment, which is just as essential as physical attraction or companionship. When emotional needs go unmet, the desire for something more takes root. The key to preventing emotional disconnection isn't in grand gestures, but in consistent presence, deep listening, and meaningful engagement. Many relationships suffer when partners become too distracted by work, routines, or personal ambitions, unintentionally neglecting each other. But recognizing emotional neglect as a real issue allows you to address it before it becomes a deeper problem. Here's where Stoicism offers powerful wisdom. The Stoics teach that our emotions and reactions are within our control. Instead of reacting defensively when your partner expresses dissatisfaction, the Stoic approach is to listen, acknowledge, and respond with calm understanding. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. A mature, emotionally grounded man builds stability in his relationships by staying present, composed, and aware. In today's fast-paced world, many high-achieving men focus on career success and material goals, thinking this alone will sustain a relationship. But emotional neglect can weaken even the strongest foundations. Balance is key. Being a high-value man means excelling not just in external achievements, but also in emotional presence. Women, and people in general, are drawn to those who are both strong and emotionally grounded. True power isn't in controlling or fixing others' emotions, but in mastering your own and creating a space where emotional connection thrives. That's the Stoic way. 11th best friend versus boyfriend. Here's a hard truth. Some women feel a deeper emotional connection with their best friend than with their boyfriend. You may think you're the most important person in her life, but if you're not actively building emotional closeness, you could be making a serious mistake. Attraction isn't just about charm or physical presence, it's about trust, depth, and connection. Why does this happen? Emotional bonds hold more weight than surface-level attraction. Women, like all people, need someone they can confide in, rely on, and trust with their emotions. If you're only focused on the physical aspect of the relationship, she may turn to someone else for the emotional support she truly craves. Here's where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our mindset, actions, and emotional resilience. Instead of feeling insecure about her connection with others, become the kind of man she trusts and respects. A high-value man doesn't try to compete with her best friend. He builds his own strong emotional foundation with her. The key? Be her confidant, protector, and equal. Emotional intelligence, patience, and consistency are what create an unshakable bond. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you focus on developing emotional depth, your connection will grow naturally. So instead of worrying about where you stand, be the man who stands firm. Show up emotionally, lead with integrity, and create a bond that goes beyond attraction. Master your mindset, and you'll become the partner she truly values. 12. Confidence and emotional maturity. Let's get to the heart of the matter. If you believe that women in their 40s are focused only on physical attraction, you're missing the bigger picture. Confidence and emotional maturity are far more important. Women at this stage of life value men who are self-assured, emotionally grounded, and capable of deep connection. Stoicism teaches us that true confidence comes from within. It's not about external validation or trying to impress others. It's about mastering your emotions, staying present, and living with purpose. When you embody these qualities, you become the kind of man who naturally attracts meaningful relationships. the deeper truths about attraction and connection. A Stoic perspective. Gentlemen, let's cut through the noise and get to the heart of what truly matters in relationships, especially as we mature. If you think it's all about physical performance or superficial traits, you're missing the deeper point. For women, particularly as they grow older, intimacy becomes far more fulfilling when it's rooted in emotional balance, mental strength, and confidence. The hard truth: physical attraction alone won't take you far. You could be in peak physical shape, but if you're emotionally immature or insecure, you'll fall short. This is where Stoicism and the red pill philosophy offer valuable insights. Women don't want a man who's still seeking validation or chasing external approval. They desire someone who's grounded, knows his worth, and can connect with them on an emotional level. True confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from an inner sense of purpose and emotional resilience. Focus on cultivating the qualities you can control, and your relationships will naturally deepen. Let's debunk a common myth that's been ingrained in many men's minds. Size isn't everything. The reality is simple. An average body type or size can still bring plenty of satisfaction. What matters more than physical traits is the emotional and psychological connection you share. Women value compatibility, emotional depth, and connection far more than external factors. Men who overly focus on superficial aspects often miss the bigger picture. It's about your presence, your confidence, and how you carry yourself. The truth is, women are often more satisfied with men who lead with emotional intelligence, both inside and outside the bedroom. A man who knows how to make her feel desired and who can confidently engage her emotionally creates a level of intimacy that physical traits alone cannot provide. This is where Stoicism truly shines. Focus on what you can control. You can't change your body, but you can refine your mindset, emotional maturity, and ability to connect on a deeper level. A man's confidence, self-awareness, and emotional presence will always carry more weight than any physical insecurity. So, stop stressing over things you can't change and start focusing on what truly matters: emotional connection and personal growth. 13. Size doesn't matter. If you think women in their 40s prioritize physical attraction above all else, you're missing the bigger picture. At this stage, intimacy is more about emotional stability, intelligence, and confidence than superficial traits. You could be in great shape, but without emotional maturity, you'll fall short. Women seek a grounded, self-assured partner, not someone chasing validation. This is where Stoicism offers clarity. True confidence isn't external, it comes from inner strength and emotional resilience. Focus on developing qualities within your control, and your relationships will deepen naturally. Let's debunk the myth: size isn't everything. What truly matters is emotional and psychological connection. Women value compatibility, trust, and presence more than external factors. Men fixated on superficial traits often miss the real key to attraction: how you carry yourself, how you make her feel, and how you connect emotionally. A confident, emotionally intelligent man creates a more fulfilling bond than physical traits ever could. This is where Stoicism shines. Focus on what you can control. You can't change certain aspects of yourself, but you can refine your mindset, emotional maturity, and depth. Women are drawn to men who exude confidence, presence, and self-awareness. So, stop worrying about what you can't change and start mastering what truly matters: emotional connection and personal growth. 14th, body language speaks volumes. Here's a hard truth: many women feel more emotionally attached to their best friends than they do to their boyfriends. This doesn't mean you're not important, but if you focus only on attraction and ignore emotional connection, you're doing your relationship a disservice. The women don't just need a boyfriend, they need someone who is emotionally reliable, someone who can listen, understand, and navigate life's ups and downs with them. If you can't provide that, she'll find someone who can. Physical attraction may initially draw her in, but it's the emotional connection that will keep her there in the long run. Stoicism teaches that you can't control someone else's feelings or actions, but you can control how you react. Instead of worrying about her confiding in her best friend over you, focus on developing your own emotional intelligence and stability. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste time arguing about who a good man should be." Be one. Instead of trying to take advantage of her important place in your heart by being controlling or jealous, be the man she can trust, the solid rock she knows is there when she needs it. Don't fight for her attention. Make her naturally want to lean on you for your stability and emotional security. A truly strong man isn't one who just shows off his charm, but one who listens, understands, and makes her feel emotionally safe. Show stability, presence, and control of your emotions. Don't try to outdo anyone in her life. Instead, focus on building a relationship based on honesty, trust, and deep connection. When you own yourself, you'll naturally become the man she values most. Communication is everything. The truth is, many men struggle significantly with communication, mistakenly believing that silence or playing games will somehow lead to success in relationships. However, here's the harsh reality. Women value clarity. They deeply appreciate open, direct communication about desires, boundaries, and expectations. It's not merely about listening, it's about being forthright and confident, expressing what you want, and also taking the time to listen without hesitation. When this step is neglected, it only creates frustration and confusion. If you aren't transparent about your thoughts and feelings, you open the door to miscommunication and unmet expectations. Women respect a man who can communicate clearly without letting emotions cloud the message. They admire a balance of strength and openness. This is where Stoicism becomes essential. It's not about controlling others, but mastering oneself, your emotions, reactions, and behaviors. When you can engage in honest, clear conversations without allowing personal feelings or pride to interfere, you're demonstrating emotional maturity. This is the kind of man women trust, and in the end, trust is the bedrock of everything. Whether it's a romantic relationship, a partnership, or even a simple interaction, the Stoic approach teaches that self-control is crucial in all aspects of life, including communication. By staying grounded, understanding your own emotions, and articulating your thoughts clearly, you create an environment where mutual respect can thrive. This not only strengthens personal relationships, but also fosters a deeper connection based on understanding and honesty. Understanding Stoicism means embracing the idea that control lies within oneself. It's about accepting what you can change and understanding what's beyond your influence. Communication, as a tool, is essential in building trust and mutual respect. Practicing Stoic principles, such as emotional regulation, mindfulness, and being present in each moment, will lead to healthier relationships and greater emotional intelligence. When you practice clear and honest communication, guided by the principles of Stoicism, you're not just conveying information, you're demonstrating a deep respect for the other person's thoughts and feelings. You're not only being transparent, but also showing an understanding that your reaction should align with reason, not impulse. The more you embrace this form of communication, the more you'll see how it impacts your personal growth and your relationships with others. By learning to communicate directly and with clarity, you demonstrate not only maturity, but a strong sense of self-respect. This is essential in building any meaningful connection. In the end, communication isn't just about words, it's about ensuring that your actions and intentions match what you're expressing. Whether in relationships or in any part of life, clarity and understanding will always serve you better than silence or playing games. Final thoughts. To wrap up, we've explored some fascinating insights into psychology and how they apply to understanding relationships, particularly when it comes to women. We've highlighted how self-awareness, emotional control, and clear communication can help you grow as a person and build stronger, more meaningful connections. Now, I encourage you to take these Stoic principles and apply them in your daily life. Start by embracing self-discipline and practicing emotional mastery. These are key to becoming a better version of yourself. Love yourself more than anyone else, not out of selfishness, but because it's the only way to truly thrive. Build your life from a place of wholeness and self-respect, and you'll find that everything else, relationships, success, fulfillment, falls into place. That's the essence of Stoic life lessons. Love yourself because you are the only constant in your life. Now the question is, will you take the first step? Bonus: self-love isn't bubble baths and face masks. Self-love isn't just about bubble baths or face masks, though those can be nice moments of self-care. True self-love is in the quiet power of setting boundaries. It's about speaking up when something doesn't feel right, walking away from situations that dim your light, and refusing to shrink to fit someone else's expectations. Look at nature. A flower doesn't ask permission to bloom, a lion doesn't apologize for roaring, and the sun doesn't feel guilty for shining. True self-love is about embracing your worth, standing firm in your values, and living authentically. That's the Stoic way. Why do we apologize for being ourselves? A journey to self-love and authenticity. Why do we apologize for being ourselves? Why do we shrink back when the world demands more from us, more effort, more giving, more sacrifice, while leaving our own needs behind? Here's what changed my life. I realized that every time I said yes to something I didn't want to do, I was saying no to myself. Every time I stayed in a toxic relationship, a soul-draining job, or with friends who only showed up when they needed something, I was telling myself that I wasn't worth protecting, I wasn't worth choosing. Some of you know exactly what I mean. Maybe you're in that place right now where your spirit is wilting, where the energy you give out is never returned, where you're stuck trying to meet everyone else's needs while your own are ignored. I won't sugarcoat it. If you don't start loving yourself, life will teach you a harsh lesson. If you don't value yourself, life will send you people who reflect that belief back to you. If you think you're worth nothing, you'll meet people who treat you like nothing. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can change it. Right now, not tomorrow. Start small. Tomorrow, do one thing to show love to yourself. It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's waking up a few minutes earlier to just breathe and center yourself before diving into the world. Maybe it's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying something kind, reminding yourself that you're enough just as you are. Maybe it's choosing water over that first cup of coffee. Small moments, small choices, but all of them matter. Self-love is built in the smallest of moments, in the repeated decisions you make every day. It's not about grand gestures or self-indulgence. It's about choosing yourself over and over again, especially when it's hard. Here's the thing, some people might not like the new you, the one who says no, who sets boundaries, who chooses themselves. Let them be uncomfortable. Their comfort isn't your responsibility. Your responsibility is to the person staring back at you in the mirror. That person needs you to be brave. That person needs you to be kind, not just to others, but to yourself. You don't need permission from anyone else to live your best life. We spend so much time trying to prove our worth to others, posting the perfect pictures, working overtime, constantly bending over backward to show how valuable we are. But the person who needs to see your worth the most is you. Real love doesn't hurt, not even self-love. If your love is depleting you, if it's draining your energy or making you feel less than, you're not loving yourself. And you've done that for long enough. Some of you are feeling that sting because this hits close to home. Good. Let it wake you up. You've been sleeping on yourself too long. You're not too much, too loud, or too sensitive. You are exactly who you're meant to be. It's time to treat yourself that way. You forgive others, cheer them on, and celebrate their wins. Why can't you offer the same kindness to yourself? Some of you were taught that love has to be earned, but your worth isn't in what you do, it's in who you are. And who you are is more than enough. The world will try to sell you things to make you feel complete, new clothes, cars, gadgets. But the truth is, the most valuable things in life are free. Self-love is one of them. I see the pain in your eyes, the struggle to be perfect, to please everyone, to put yourself last. But that ends now. When you start loving yourself, you become unstoppable. Not because you're better than others, but because you're fully yourself. Your relationships will improve, and life will get better because you're no longer seeking validation. You're living for you. There will be tough days. That's okay. Self-love is a practice, not a destination. You've got to start somewhere, and that somewhere is now. Not because others don't deserve your love, but because you can't give what you don't have. Start today. You deserve it. The moon doesn't apologize for its glow. Don't apologize for yours. Start with your world. To truly change the world, the place to begin is within yourself. The way you treat your own mind, how you speak to yourself, the kindness you show, and most importantly, the forgiveness you offer yourself. These elements shape your reality. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the chaos of the world, to look around and feel helpless in the face of so much negativity. But the first step in creating meaningful change is understanding that transformation starts from within. If you want to impact others, to make a difference, you must first learn to love and respect yourself. In today's world, many people lose themselves in the pursuit of others' approval. They seek validation through external measures, work achievements, material possessions, social status, hoping that validation will fill the emptiness inside. But the truth is, if you cannot appreciate yourself first, you cannot extend that appreciation authentically to others. Think about it. How often have you doubted your worth? How many times have you pushed yourself to exhaustion to meet others' expectations while neglecting your own needs, your body, your hands, your feet? They've carried you through countless challenges. Yet how often do we overlook the strength that lies within us? When you look at yourself with compassion, you begin to realize you are worthy of love and respect. But here's the catch: you must give that love to yourself first. A Stoic mindset teaches us that true power comes from within, from how we respond to life's challenges. When you take control of how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you forgive yourself, you begin to embody the qualities of a person who is grounded in inner strength, not swayed by external judgments. The high-value person doesn't stand tall because of what others think. They stand tall because they know their worth comes from within. This is a crucial point. How do you treat yourself in moments of failure? Do you offer yourself the same kindness you would offer a friend, or do you criticize yourself harshly? Stoicism teaches us that our thoughts and actions are within our control. This realization is profound because it means you have the power to shape how you react to challenges. In a world filled with external pressures and fleeting judgments, the truly grounded person knows their worth is not determined by others. Their sense of self-respect comes from the quiet confidence that only self-love can provide. When was the last time you took a moment to appreciate yourself, not just for your accomplishments, but for your resilience, for your ability to keep moving forward despite adversity? Too often, we forget the power of self-reflection and gratitude for what we've overcome. Practicing self-love isn't selfish. It's an investment in your well-being. It's the foundation that allows you to show up for others with integrity, compassion, and authenticity. To change the world, you must first change how you treat yourself. Begin by embracing your flaws, celebrating your growth, and forgiving yourself for your past mistakes. This inner shift transforms how you feel about yourself, making you stronger, more grounded, and more capable of impacting those around you. This is how you begin to change the world. So, what's one thing you can do today to show yourself the love and respect you deserve? Start small, but begin now. The world around you will begin to shift the moment you start with yourself. Understand and love yourself. Loving yourself more than anyone else is not selfishness. It's a foundational principle for building a fulfilling life. Too often we sabotage our happiness by doubting our worth or ignoring our inner voice. You already know what's right for you, so trust that intuition. We are often burdened by guilt for prioritizing ourselves, as if enforcing boundaries or protecting our mental peace is wrong. Let go of that guilt today. It serves no purpose. As Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in understanding ourselves and taking responsibility for our thoughts and actions. When you love yourself fully, you create a ripple effect of compassion and respect that extends to those around you. The Stoic life lesson here is simple, yet profound. Self-love is the key to navigating the chaos of life. It's not about being perfect, but about being authentic, about knowing your worth and trusting your instincts. The world will often try to convince you that your happiness should come second, that putting others first is the ultimate virtue. But think about it. How can you pour from an empty cup? Loving yourself doesn't mean loving others less. In fact, it allows you to love others better. High-value men understand this. They know that self-respect breeds respect for others. When you enforce your own boundaries, you are more capable of honoring others' boundaries. This isn't about being flawless. It's about being true to yourself, honest with your feelings, your needs, and your growth. How often do you let guilt or fear hold you back from being your authentic self? Ask yourself this. If you can forgive and accept the flaws in others, why not extend that same grace to yourself? Even on days when you feel unworthy or unlovable, choose to stand tall and embrace who you are. Your value does not diminish because someone else fails to recognize it. As Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, taught, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. Stop shrinking to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. The right people will be drawn to your authenticity, and the wrong ones will fall away. And that's a blessing in disguise. It is not your job to convince others of your worth. It is your job to live in alignment with your true self. What does Stoic happiness look like in practice? It's the unshakable joy that comes from knowing you are enough just as you are. It's the peace that comes from letting go of what you cannot control and embracing what you can. Your thoughts, your actions, and your self-love. What steps can you take today to love yourself a little more? Could you honor a boundary, let go of an old guilt, or simply remind yourself that your happiness matters? Loving yourself is not just self-care, it's the foundation of a meaningful, resilient, and joyful life rooted in Stoic wisdom. Choose wisely. In life, every decision you make, big or small, shapes the path you walk tomorrow. Think of your choices as seeds. Each one has the potential to grow into something powerful, whether it's an act of self-love or a step towards self-sabotage. It's not about making perfect decisions, it's about making intentional ones. When you choose wisely, you align yourself with your values, your goals, and your true self. Every choice is an opportunity to honor who you are and what you stand for. So choose with care, and remember, the power to shape your life lies in your hands. Choosing wisely. The path to true self-respect. You are the architect of your own life. Every decision you make lays another brick in the foundation of your future, so make sure those choices reflect integrity and self-respect. The next time you're at a crossroads, ask yourself, am I choosing from a place of love for myself, or am I letting fear, doubt, or the influence of others take the reins? In today's fast-paced world, external pressures can feel overwhelming. We get caught in the race, chasing approval, avoiding discomfort, trying to meet expectations that were never truly ours to begin with. But the wisdom of Stoicism invites us to step back and reclaim our power. While we can't always control what happens around us, we have full authority over how we respond. True strength comes from making choices that align with your core values, not from seeking validation. Your healing, growth, and happiness don't have to make sense to anyone but you. Sometimes, choosing yourself means saying no to people, to obligations, to outdated versions of who you once were. And that's okay. High-value individuals understand this deeply. They don't chase approval, they seek alignment. They know that to truly thrive, they must honor their own needs and stand firm in their truth. A story of self-mastery. Take David, for example. A hard-working professional, he spent years running on a treadmill of endless demands, exhausted, yet feeling like he was going nowhere. One day, he made a bold decision to step away. He took time to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with himself. And in that stillness, he had a realization: his well-being was non-negotiable. When he returned to work, he was no longer the same person. He set boundaries, he prioritized his health, he became stronger, more focused, more at peace. By choosing himself, he unlocked a deeper self-love, the kind that ripples into every area of life, his ambitions, his relationships, his inner world. Now ask yourself, where in your life have you been compromising your happiness to please others? What decision have you been avoiding out of fear of judgment? Choosing wisely means owning your happiness and growth. It means recognizing that you are the most important person in your life. Practicing self-care, setting boundaries, and making difficult yet necessary choices aren't acts of selfishness. They are acts of self-mastery. So take a moment today, reflect on one area where you've been putting others before yourself. Maybe it's a draining relationship, a suffocating job, or an obligation that no longer serves you. What choice can you make to honor yourself? It might be setting firmer boundaries, saying no, or simply allowing yourself to rest. Whatever it is, remember this: your choices shape your life. When you prioritize yourself, you step into a life of purpose, peace, and power. Because the greatest gift you can give yourself is the ability to choose wisely. Solitude. Where true power is found. Let me share something profound. There is an incredible strength within you, waiting to be discovered, but you won't find it in external validation or the noise of the world. You'll find it in solitude. Too often, we fear being alone. We fill the silence with distractions, jump from one relationship to another, and mistake busyness for fulfillment. But here's the paradox: solitude isn't emptiness, it's the space where you meet your truest self. As Marcus Aurelius once said, nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. When you embrace solitude, you gain clarity. You learn to trust your own judgment instead of being swayed by fleeting opinions. Many dreams have withered away because someone else doubted them. But why let another person's skepticism define your life? Your journey isn't a popularity contest. It doesn't require mass approval. Every time you let the fear of judgment dictate your choices, you surrender your power. But as Epictetus wisely reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Doubt and fear are just distractions. True strength lies in rising above them. The power of standing alone. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Too often, we focus on what's missing instead of recognizing the battles we've already won. every hardship you've survived, every challenge you've faced, that resilience is not ordinary. It's extraordinary. The Stoic mindset teaches us to see obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. But growth isn't always comfortable. In fact, it's often painful. As Seneca put it, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that things are difficult. People may resist the changes you make, they may question your choices, label you as selfish, or try to pull you back into old patterns. Let them. Your evolution isn't for their approval. The progress you make in solitude will unsettle others, because when you grow, you challenge them to look at themselves. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So keep moving forward. There is no perfect time to start. The only moment you ever truly have is now. Whether it's pursuing your dreams, setting boundaries, or reclaiming your power, the time is now. Don't wait for permission to live fully. The only thing you control is your own mind, your own actions, your own growth. Mistakes? Learn from them. Weaknesses? They're just opportunities to refine yourself. In the stillness of solitude, you will hear the voice of your highest self, the one that isn't swayed by external noise. Solitude is not loneliness, it's the birthplace of transformation. As Epictetus said, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Honor your true self. Build a life rooted in strength and self-respect. Because the moment you do, you'll discover a happiness that doesn't depend on the approval of others, one that is entirely your own. Unlock the power within. Embrace solitude and start. Now, your strength isn't found in external validation, it's within you. Solitude isn't about isolation, it's your chance to connect with your true self and build a life that reflects your values. Stop seeking approval from the world. Instead, look inward, discover your power, shape your own path. I'd love to hear how you find peace in moments of solitude. Drop a comment saying solitude is power, or share your thoughts on how you embrace stillness and thrive. Start now, not tomorrow, not someday. Waiting for the perfect moment, that's a trap. Life isn't about reaching some flawless milestone before you start living. It's about choosing yourself today, exactly as you are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your happiness and peace don't depend on outside circumstances. They are yours to claim now. Social media, ads, and even people around you may make you feel like you're not enough, like you need more success, more beauty, more status. But here's the truth. You are not behind. You are right where you need to be, learning and growing at your own pace. Take a moment to check your energy. We charge our phones, fuel our cars, but often forget to recharge ourselves. Are you running on empty, chasing things that don't truly fulfill you? It's time to redirect your energy inward. Own your story, live unapologetically. Comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is unique, and the only person you should measure yourself against is who you were yesterday. Your self-worth isn't tied to external achievements. It's in your resilience, your courage, your ability to love yourself even when the world tries to convince you otherwise. Stop playing small. Speak your truth. Shine unapologetically. Life is too short to live quietly, hiding your light. As the Stoics teach us, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Growth happens when you step into discomfort and own who you are. You are not too much, you are enough. The world doesn't need another version of what's already been done. It needs the real, raw, unfiltered you. Maybe you fear being too emotional, too bold, too sensitive. But just as a flower can't be too vibrant or a star too luminous. You cannot be too much. Your past doesn't hold you back. It aligns you with your purpose. Every setback has refined you, not defined you. So ask yourself, what if you treated yourself with the same love and protection you give to those you care about? What if you defended your worth as fiercely as you defend others? What if you finally stopped waiting and started now? Conclusion: the path to true freedom. Self-love isn't about seeking validation. It's about being at peace with who you are. When you prioritize your well-being, you create stronger relationships, achieve your goals, and align your life with what truly matters. If this message resonates with you, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Win Stoic for more powerful insights. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Let's walk this journey together, learning, growing, and living a life of purpose and wisdom. Be consistent. Be true to yourself. Start now. Blast off.